Another Death Row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Everybody got 12.
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Thursday, June 4th. Looking back at yesterday, the Phillies do not come through for us on our solo bet. We had them on the run line. Their bullpen came in, gave up a few runs. We did hit on our 3-leg parlay. That was a nice win. Could have been a much better day. Needed the Reds to come through for us. That was a bad pick on my part. But you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a 9-game slate of baseball here on tap today. Games get started nice and early. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also at the end of the video, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game up, we got the Padres in Philadelphia taking on the Phillies. We got Giolito on the mount for the Padres, Zach Wheeler on the mount for the Phillies. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Padres trying to avoid getting swept out in Philly. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games played. The Phillies on the other side, they're 7-3 in their last 10. Today, the game total set at 8.5. The Padres have only played in 2 games that in their last 10 that's gone over that 8.5. The Phillies have only played in 1 that's gone over that 8.5 total. Both of these offenses have been playing absolutely terrible of late. Looking at Giolito here on the mount for the Padres, he's made 3 starts this season up to this point. Against the Mariners, pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs. Then against the Athletics, pitched 5 scoreless. Then his very last outing against the Nationals, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs. The big knock on Giolito right now is his walk rate. He's walking a bunch of batters. We see the start against the Athletics walked 5, the start against the Nationals walked 4, has a really very low strikeout rate as well. Walked 2 in the Athletics game, walked 1 in the Nats game. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Phillies lineup. On the season, they're batting .230 versus right-handed pitching. In their last 8 games played, this team is batting .218, slugging .360. Looking at the matchup here today for Giolito, he's the fastball changeup combo guy. That's his 2 primaries. Then every once in a while, mixing in that slider. There is 2 guys that really match up well against Giolito. For one, in these 3 starts that he's had up to this point, he's been struggling with left-handed bats. He's going to see some good lefties in this lineup. The 2 guys that really matched up well against him, Marsh and Harper. Another thing I'm looking at here today, Giolito in past matchups against this Phillies lineup, a few guys have some good numbers against him. Trey Turner, 7 at-bats, 429 average, 2 home runs to go along with it. Bryce Harper, 400, 2 home runs. Kyle Schwarber's taken him yard before. So guys have seen Giolito before, have gotten to him before. In this game here today, I'm projecting Giolito to go about 5 innings, give up 3 runs. Looking at this Padres bullpen, they're in a good spot to come in, take over for him, shut the door on this Phillies lineup. On the other side, we got Zach Wheeler on the mount. He's looked good this season. Coming off his worst start of the year against the Dodgers, but before that he made 5 starts, looked really sharp in all of them. He's averaging 8.5 Ks per 9 innings, only 2 walks per 9. He's going to be seeing a Padres lineup. We were just talking about 2 terrible offenses. They're batting .218 on the season versus righties. In their last 8 games played, they're only batting .200. I'm expecting Zach Wheeler, who's looked sharp, to come out here, have a good game. There's 2 guys that matched up well against him. It was Gavin Sheets and Jackson Merrill. I can see one of them getting to him here today. I'm expecting Zach Wheeler to go about 6 innings, give up a run. The big thing in this game is going to be this Phillies bullpen. They're incredibly taxed coming into it. I don't like the arms available for the Phillies here today. The counter that is, like we were just talking about, is this Padres offense being so terrible. But nevertheless, I still see the arms for this Phillies team coming out the pen, giving up a few runs here today. I'm expecting maybe 1 or 2, nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, it's going to be 85 degrees throughout. No wind really, it's just 4-mile-per-hour winds like circulating, so no real wind to sway anything. Looking at the ballpark factor, Citizens Bank has been a very offensive friendly park this season, especially for left-handed bats. Let's get to the picks. The Phillies are the betting favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the under 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I like Bryce Harper in this game to hit a home run. Up next, we got the Orioles in Boston taking on the Red Sox. The left-handed pitcher Trevor Rogers on the mound for the Orioles. We got Brayan Bello on the mound for the Red Sox. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Red Sox. They did win yesterday's game. They're just 4-6 in their last 10. On the other side, the Orioles are 6-4 in their last 10. Today, we got Trevor Rogers and Brayan Bello on the mound. Going back to last season, this would have been a very good pitching matchup. This year, these are two of the worst starting pitchers in the majors. Trevor Rogers comes into this game with an ERA close to 7. Towards the end of April, he saw this Red Sox team. In that game, pitched into the second inning, gave up 3 runs. The Red Sox won that game 17-1. Here's today for Trevor Rogers. He's going to be seeing a Red Sox lineup that has been hitting left-handed pitching well all season. On the year, they're batting .275 versus lefties, slugging .410. But in the month of May, they were crushing lefties. In over 30 games played in the month of May, they were batting .294, slugging .455. Trevor Rogers comes into this game with a hard hit rate of 48%. He's throwing that fastball primarily. That's where the hard hit rate is really sitting at right now. I can see a few of these guys who match up well against him. Abreu and Contreras, the two main guys I focused in on, having a real good game on for Trevor Rogers here today. My expectations for Trevor Rogers. He goes 5 innings, gives up 4 runs here today, turning it over to an Orioles bullpen that is in a good spot to come in. They're not a good bullpen overall. I'm still expecting them to come in this game here today, give up a few runs. On the other side, we got Brayan Bello on the mound. He's absolutely terrible this season. He comes into it with an ERA close to 6. In the month of May, he finished with an ERA of 7.15. Here today, he's going to be seeing an Orioles lineup he saw at the end of May. In that game, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 runs. Here today, looking at the matchup form, this Orioles lineup has been hitting the ball very well of late. In the month of May, over 30 games played, they were batting .263, slugging .444. We've really seen the bats come alive for this Orioles team. Guys like Rutschman's hitting the ball well, Pete Alonso's hitting well. Brayan Bello is a sinker ball pitcher, pitches for a lot of contact. This Orioles lineup, there's a bunch of guys that hit that sinker very well. The main guy I looked at was Gunnar Henderson. Another guy was Tyler O'Neill. All of these guys really hit the sinker very well. Brayan Bello's pitching for a lot of contact. He has a hard hit rate of 45%. We talk about it all the time. Whenever you see a sinker baller and he has a hard hit rate up above 45%, it's never a good recipe. My expectations for Brayan Bello here today, he goes 4 innings, gives up 4 to 5 runs, turning it over to a Red Sox bullpen that's in a very good spot to come in, take over, give up a run or two, but nothing too crazy. But still, it's going to be a very offensive hit day out in Boston, so I'm expecting some runs. Ballpark Pal has this as the best offensive game on the schedule. 85 degrees throughout, 6 to 7 mile per hour winds blown from side to side. Let's get to the picks. Red Sox are the betting odd favorites in this game, not by much. The odds makers have them favored. It's only a 40 cents difference. I do like the Red Sox though. It is a slight favorite. Like I said, it's really going to come down to the bullpens where I give the big advantage to the Red Sox. So I give them the lean there. So I like the Red Sox here today on the money line. Not the most confident play on the board. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The game total set at 10. I do like the over 10 total runs. I see both of the starting pitchers giving up 3 to 4 runs each. And then the bullpens will come in, give up 1 or 2 as well. I like that over 10 total runs. Like I said, best offensive game on the schedule as far as weather goes. For the player prop, I'm taking Contreras of the Red Sox to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Guardians in New York taking on the Yankees. We got Slade Cecconi on the mound for the Guardians. The left-handed pitcher Carlos Rodon on the mound for the Yankees. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Guardians in New York trying to complete the sweep of the Yankees here today. Still no Aaron Judge in the lineup for the Yankees. Slade Cecconi on the mound for the Guardians. This guy really looked good in the month of May. Had that one bad start the second game of May, but other than that, really settled down. In the month of May, over 6 starts, had an ERA of 3.10. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Yankees lineup that has been struggling to hit right-handed pitching. In the month of May, they finished batting just .218 versus righties, only slugging .370. One thing I am paying attention to with Slade Cecconi is his 2 last starts. Didn't pitch past the 5th inning in either of them, gave up 3 runs to the Phillies and the Red Sox, 2 lineups that have similar numbers versus right-handed pitching, comparable to the Yankees. Here today, he's going to be seeing the big thing that he struggled with in both of those games were the left-handed bats. Today, he's going to be seeing a Yankees lineup, 7 left-handed bats. He's thrown that fastball cutter combo, that's his 2 primaries, mixing in the sinker and the curveball for his ground outs. Ground ball rate right now is at 31%, so that's been pretty good for him. Looking at the matchup though, there was 2 guys that really matched up well against him. That was Ben Rice and Bellinger, but Bellinger was the one guy I really focused in on. I can see him having a good game here today off of Slade Cecconi. Looking at this Guardians bullpen, they're incredibly taxed coming into it. I don't like the arms available for the Guardians. I'm seeing the arms for the Guardians coming out the pen, giving up a few runs here today. On the other side, we got Carlos Rodon on the mound for the Yankees. He's looked solid here since he's returned. He started off giving up 3 runs to the Brewers, but since then he's gotten better and better in all of his outings. His last start in Sacramento in that small ballpark, pitched 6 innings, only gave up a run. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Cleveland Guardians lineup that's one of the best versus left-handed pitching. They're batting .258 versus lefties on the season, slugging .403. In the month of May, we did see those slugging numbers drop dramatically. Yesterday's game, they put up a bunch of runs. This team is very similar to that Brewers lineup, where we see them making a lot of contact. They walk a lot, don't need to hit a lot of home runs. Carlos Rodon right now, he looks sharp in these last 3 starts. That fastballs look good, as well as the slider sinker combo. The one thing I'm paying attention to though, up to this point, Carlos Rodon is struggling a bit with left-handed bats. This Cleveland Guardians lineup loaded with lefties. I can see Rodon going about 6 innings here today, giving up 2 runs. Turning it over to Yankees bullpen, this has actually been one of the better spots the bullpen's been in the last few games. I like the arms available for the Yankees. They've still been playing very mediocre, so I'm still expecting them to come in this game, give up a run or 2, nothing too crazy. Looking at the weather, close to 90 degrees throughout. It's a 1 o'clock start game, close to 90 degrees throughout. No real wind to sway anything. It's in Yankee Stadium, one of the best offensive ballparks in the league, especially for lefties. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I do like them on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Cody Bellinger of the Yankees for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Giants in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. We got Hauser on the mound for the Giants. We got Crow on the mound for the Brewers. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Brewers. They lost yesterday's game, but they're still 7-3 in their last 10 games played. The Giants on the other side, they're 3-7 in their last 10. They have been playing a lot of games that's been going over the game totals. They've been hitting the ball very well. Today they got Hauser on the mound. He's not looked good this season. He did have a good month of May. He settled down. He had a good start against the Padres. Pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run. On the other start, he saw the Dodgers, pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. Then another good start against the Athletics. But that start against, for one, the Padres lineup right now, it's not an offense that when you shut them out, I'm really giving you a prize for it, really, I should say. That Dodgers lineup, when he saw them in the beginning of May, they were absolutely cold. Everybody was having good games against them. The Athletics are the Athletics, so I'm not really going to say nothing about that. But his last start against the Rockies, pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. Hauser is a sinker ball pitcher, a guy that pitches for a lot of contact. Today he's going to be seeing, we talk about it all the time, a Brewers lineup, one of the best contact hitting teams in the majors. They're batting .258 on the season versus righties. In the month of May, they were batting .266 versus right-handed pitching. Slugging .401. The slugging numbers have really gone up since Christian Yelich got back in the lineup versus right-handed pitching. Like I said, Hauser, 45% of the time he's throwing that sinker. Hard hit rate, 47% right now. You know, we don't need to keep saying that all the time. Terrible combination. This Brewers lineup is hitting the sinker very well this season. I'm expecting Hauser to get hit up in this one, where he goes 5 innings, gives up 4 runs, turning it over to a Giants bullpen that has been very mediocre in the last, I want to say, 2 weeks or so. But in their last 8 games played, they have a bullpen ERA of 5.10. So I'm expecting them to come out, give up a run or 2 as well. On the other side, we got the young pitcher Crow on the mound. He's still in the pitching rotation because Henderson is hurt. Looking at the last few outings he had, he pitched against the Astros, gave up 2 runs, 4 innings pitched. The start before that against the Twins, pitched 5 innings, gave up a run. One thing about this young guy, he's throwing that cutter and the curveball low. He is getting a lot of ground outs right now. That is something that's going to help him. But this Giants lineup, I was talking about it at the top of this breakdown, they've been hitting the ball very well. They were batting .271 versus right-handed pitching in the month of May. That was the best out of any team in the majors, slugging .474. I can see the young pitcher Crow getting hit up in this one. I'm expecting him. The one guy I focused in on for one was Schmidt. Casey Schmidt, he really matches up well against Crow. I can see Schmidt going yard off of him, having a good game here today. My expectations for Crow, he goes 5 innings, gives up 2 runs, turning it over to a Brewers bullpen that's been playing very well of late. They're in a good spot. On top of that, they're rested to come in, shut the door on the Giants' bats. It's in Milwaukee in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. Milwaukee is the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like that under 9.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Christian Yelich of the Brewers for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Blue Jays in Atlanta taking on the Braves. We got the left-handed pitcher Flew Hartley on the mound for the Blue Jays. We got Chris Sale on the mound for the Braves. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Braves trying to complete the sweep of the Blue Jays here today. The Blue Jays are not just 4-6 in their last 10 games played. They got the left-handed pitcher Mason Flew Hartley opening up the game today. After that, they got Chad Dallas coming into the game. He'll be making his season debut. Flew Hartley's going to go one time through the lineup, face those left-handed bats. Then the right-handed pitcher Dallas will come in. A guy that struggles with lefties, a guy that in the minors, it says that he was struggling with his command, walking a lot of batters. I'm expecting them to come in, both of these pitchers to struggle versus this Braves lineup here today. For one, the Braves versus left-handed pitchers batting .248 versus righties, they're batting .260. I'm expecting a few of these guys to get to these Toronto Blue Jays pitchers today. Looking at the rest of the Blue Jays bullpen, though, they are in a good spot to come in and take over for the pitcher Dallas if he's getting hit up in this game today. On the other side, we got Chris Sale on the mound. He's looked dominant this season. 2.01 ERA, 11 starts made up to this point. In the month of May, he finished with an ERA of 1.15. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Blue Jays lineup that is absolutely terrible versus left-handed pitching. On the season, they're batting .214. In the month of May, over 30 games, they're batting .189, slugging .355. That slider fastball combo for Chris Sale's been really good this season, getting a lot of strikeouts. Another thing about Chris Sale, good pop fly out ratio right now. It's at 40%. Looking at the matchup here today for him, I can see Chris Sale coming out having another good outing where he goes 7 innings, gives up a run, turns it over to a Braves bullpen. This is the spot that will be bad for the Braves. Their bullpen is incredibly taxed. I don't like the arms available here today for the Braves. I can see them coming in, giving up a run or 2. Looking at the weather, it's going to be about 80 degrees throughout. It's an evening game, 80 degrees, 3 miles per hour, winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the pick. The Braves are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the run line. The game total set at 7.5. I do like the under 7.5 total runs here today. For the player prop, I'm taking Ronald Acuna Jr. for 2 total bases. Up next, we got the Royals in Minnesota taking on the Twins. We got Lugo on the mound for the Royals. We got Morris on the mound for the Twins. Alright, getting into this one here, we got an AL Central matchup starting up. The Royals and Twins getting ready to kick off a 4-game series. Both of them have been playing very terrible of late. They're both 3-7 in their last 10 games played. We got Seth Lugo on the mound. He's looked decent this season. He comes into it with a .355 ERA. His last outing against the Rangers was one of his better starts of the season in Texas. He pitched 6 innings, gave up a run, but all the starts before that, he's been looking extremely mediocre. Comes into this game with a hard hit rate of 42%, barrel rate of 26. He still has an expected ERA of 470, so I do see with those type of numbers, he's going to start getting hit up at some point. I'm not expecting his ERA to stay below 4. Today, he's going to be seeing a Minnesota Twins lineup. In the last 30 games, they're batting 246 versus righties, slugging 409. Looking at the past matchups for Seth Lugo against this Twins lineup, there's a bunch of guys that have gotten to him before. Seth Lugo is a contact pitcher, relies on a lot of pop flyouts, a lot of ground outs. Like I said, I'm paying attention to that hard hit rate. Looking at the game here today for him, the main guy focused in on was Cody Clemens. I can see him coming out, having a good game off of Seth Lugo. Looking at the Royals bullpen, we talk about it all the time. The Royals bullpen, one of the worst in the majors. When arms come out the pen for the Royals, they're going to give up a few runs. I'm expecting that to continue here today. Not to mention it's a 4-game series. Teams never like to go too deep into their bullpen in the first game of a 4-game series. So even if Seth Lugo's getting hit up a little bit, I can see them leaving him out there a bit longer. On the other side, we got Morris on the mount for the Twins. He's going to be the opening starting pitcher for this game. After that, it's going to be a bullpen day here today for the Twins. Their bullpen's actually in a very good spot to come in, have a good game. This Kansas City Royals lineup, they are batting 230 versus right-handed pitching. On the season, they're batting 230, but in their last 8 games played, they're only batting 220. They have been struggling to hit the ball of late. Looking at the matchup for Morris, the opener, I could see Bobby Witt getting to him to start off this game. Bobby Witt matches up very well against them. After that, like I said, this Twins bullpen's going to come in. They're still going to give up a run or two. Nothing too crazy, though. It's out in Minnesota here today. It's an evening game. It's going to be about 80 degrees at start. Gets down to 75 at the end. We are going to have 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Looking at the stadium out there in Minnesota, it has been very pitcher friendly this season. It's towards the bottom of the league. It's been very under friendly as well. Let's get to the picks. The Royals are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Minnesota Twins on the money line. The game total set at 9. I do like the under 9 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Cody Clemens of the Twins for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Athletics in Chicago taking on the Cubs. We got JT Ginn on the mount for the Athletics. We got Imanaga on the mount for the Cubs. Alright, getting into this one here, we got the Athletics trying to complete the sweep of the Cubs today. The Cubs continue to play terrible. They're just 3-7 in their last 10 games played. Today, they're going to be seeing JT Ginn on the mount for the Athletics. This guy's looked awesome this season. Comes into it with a 2.87 ERA. In the month of May, he had that one bad start, literally the first day of May against the Guardians, where he gave up 5 runs. After that, he settled back down, 2 runs or less in all of his outings, including 2 shutout games, 2 scoreless games, I should say, where he pitched 6 innings, give up no runs to the Cardinals, no runs to the Yankees. Here today, he's going to be seeing a Cubs lineup. Like I said, they've been playing terrible, especially offensively. They're batting 217 versus right-handed pitching in their last 30 games. Batting only slugging 354 versus righties. JT Ginn is a ground ball pitcher, throws the sinker primarily, has a ground ball rate of 40% right now. This Cubs lineup has been struggling with ground ball pitchers this season. This lineup is loaded with left-handed bats. JT Ginn has good splits versus lefties this season. I can see Ginn having another good outing here today, where he goes 6 to 7 innings, gives up a run or 2, turns it over to an Athletics bullpen. They'll come in, give up a few runs. They're still one of the worst bullpens in the majors. On the other side, we got Imanaga on the mount. This guy has been struggling of late. His last 3 outings against the Brewers, he gave up 8 runs. Against the Astros, he gave up 7. And his very last start against the Cardinals, gave up 5. He is a pop fly pitcher, relies on a lot of pop fly outs, relies on a lot of contact outs. Today, he's going to be seeing an Athletics lineup that has really started to come around versus left-handed pitching. They're batting 251 versus lefties, slugging 389 in their last 30 games versus left-handed pitching. Like I said, Imanaga relies on a lot of pop fly outs, throwing that fastball primarily. hard hit rate's at 41%. He's throwing the fastball 41% also. I can see this Athletics lineup getting a few runs off of him here today. The biggest factor being we're going to have 13-mile-per-hour winds blown from the diamond to the outfield. You never like that with Imanagas on the mound. Like I said, he's a pop fly pitcher. The Cubs bullpen completely taxed. They're going to come in, give up a few runs as well. We saw them in yesterday's game come in, blow the game essentially. In this one here today, getting back to the weather, like I said, 83, 85 degrees throughout. We're going to have 10 to 13 mile per hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Cubs are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Athletics on the money line. The game total set at 10.5. I do like the over 10.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking Brett Rooker of the Athletics to hit a home run today. Up next, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates in Houston taking on the Astros. We got Jones on the mount for the Pirates. We got Tang on the mount for the Astros. Alright, getting into this one here. The Astros did win yesterday's game. Both of these teams have been playing some decent baseball of late. The Pirates are 7-3 in their last 10. The Astros 6-4 in their last 10. Today they're going to be seeing Jared Jones on the mount for the Pirates. He's one of their highly touted pitching prospects. He's made one start up to this point last week against the Twins. Pitched into the 5th inning, gave up 3 runs, did strike out 6 batters in that game. In this matchup here today for Jared Jones, this is a guy that's going to be, for one, this Houston Astros lineup has really cooled off versus right-handed pitching. In the last 30 days, they're only batting .211, and their last 8 games, they're batting .220, slugging .360. Jared Jones, when I was reading the scouting report on him, this was a guy that had a low home run rate. He was only averaging 1 home run per 9 innings, had a good command, low walk rate, good strikeout numbers, throwing that fastball slider combo. Those are his 2 best pitches, mixing in a changeup that they say is very good as well. In this game here today, I can see him having a good outing. He had very good numbers versus right-handed pitching. This Astros lineup predominantly right-handed bats. I can see Jared Jones going about 5 to 6 innings here today, giving up a run or 2, turning it over to a Pirates bullpen that's completely depleted. The arms available for the Pirates is definitely going to come in this game, give up a few runs. On the other side, we got Kai-Wei Tang on the mount for the Astros. This was a guy that started off the season coming out the bullpen for the Astros. He was definitely their best bullpen arm up to that point. They put him in the starting rotation. He's had some decent starts against the Rangers and the Cubs, but mind you, those are 2 offenses that have been playing very terrible all season. His last outing against the Brewers, pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs. Kai-Wei Tang does struggle versus left-handed bats. Today he's going to be seeing a Pirates lineup with some good lefties in it. You got O'Hearn. I think he's not going to be playing in this game here today, but you still got O'Neal Cruz, Brian DeLau. Reynolds has been hitting the ball very well of late. Kai-Wei Tang is a low velocity pitcher. I'm not going to say the pitches are soft, but he does have a hard hit rate right now of 38%. I can see that number continue to climb. His ERA is at 2.57. His expected ERA is at 3.90. They're expecting him to really get hit up throughout the season. Looking at the Astros bullpen, still one of the worst in the majors. I'm expecting them to come in this game, give up a few runs as well. It's down in Houston in the Dome, so no real weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. Alright, the odds makers currently have this game as a dead even pick'em spot. -104, -104. And I do like the Pittsburgh Pirates in this game on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I do like the over 8.5 total runs in this one. For the player prop, I'm taking O'Neal Cruz of the Pirates to hit a home run today. Final game of the day, we got the Dodgers in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. We got Warblowski on the mount for the Dodgers. We got Nelson on the mount for the Diamondbacks. Alright, getting into this one here, the Dodgers continue to play some good baseball of late. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games played. Today, they got the left-handed pitcher Warblowski on the mount for the Dodgers. This guy's looking really sharp this season. 2.80 ERA. He's only had that one bad start against the Braves. Then against the Brewers, he got roughed up as well. But besides those 2 starts, this guy's looked very solid this season for the Dodgers. Coming off a really good outing against the Phillies. Pitched into the 7th inning, gave up a run. Here today, he's going to be playing a Diamondbacks lineup that's been hitting left-handed pitching very well of late. In the last 30 games, they're batting .283, slugging .468. In this one here today, there was 3 guys that really match up well against them. That's Perdomo, Marte, and Carroll. Not to mention they gave off Marte yesterday, so he comes into this game well rested today. This Dodgers bullpen is in a very good spot to come in, take over for Warblowski, shut the door on these Diamondbacks bats. On the other side, we got Nelson on the mound. He started off the season looking absolutely terrible. He's had some good starts in between. He's coming off a rocky start last week against the Mariners though, where he pitched into the 6th inning, gave up 4 runs. Hard hit rate right now is at 43%. He's throwing that fastball over close to 60% of the time. Granted, there's going to be no Shohei Ohtani in the Dodgers lineup today. They're giving him a rest date. This Dodgers lineup is still crushing right-handed pitching. They're batting .248, slugging .454. There was 2 guys that really focused in on here today against them. That was Mookie Betts as well as Freddie Freeman, I should say. Those 2 guys really match up well against Ray Nelson. I could see him coming out here today, going about 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, turning it over to Diamondbacks bullpen that is rested coming into it. They're in a good spot to come in, take over for Nelson, give up a run or 2, but nothing too crazy. It's down in Arizona in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Dodgers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like them on the money line. The game total set at 9.5. I do like that under 9.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Mookie Betts of the Dodgers for 2 total bases today. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Our first bet will be our ladder play, our solo bet. It's going to be the Milwaukee Brewers on the run line. We're getting them at plus 116. This is our ladder play of the day. Up next, we have a 2-leg home run parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with Brent Rooker of the Athletics, and we wrap it up with O'Neal Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates, a $10 2-leg home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line. We're then going to play the Atlanta Braves on the run line, and we wrap up the parlay with that Royals Twins game total to go under 9 total runs. And our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. We started off with that Guardians Yankees game total to go over 8.5 total runs. We're then going to play the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Los Angeles Dodgers on the money line. Once again guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Thursday, we're almost there. You guys know I appreciate you all, I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one.